Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about the Spider Islands, one of the Tokyo 2099 maps. I think Storm is actually really powerful on this map if played correctly, you position really correctly. I do think this is her best map, so that's why I'm going to start off with this map. As you can see already, there's mad cover on this map, so it's like perfect for like, you know, you to be behind cover and with your AoE is so good. Alright, so the first spot I want to talk about is actually right above or next to this tree right here. This is super good because your team, your tanks would usually be playing here as the enemy comes in from there. Your supports would be back here, keeping them in AoE just in case flankers, and you could just be here spamming this chokehold. They're going to be pressured by your AoE 100%. It almost works all the time. You do have to be careful for the flanks that come above here, but usually playing like right under this tree, like right in the leaves, it's going to be a little harder to shoot you, especially wearing this skin. I swear to God, wearing this skin is like magic because she doesn't have the cloak, so it doesn't really make her that easier to shoot. The second spot I want to talk about is actually just a little right behind, and it's this corner right here. This corner has won me games, y'all. You stay in this corner for your entire defense and you're winning this point, I guarantee you, because you're AoEing their back, your supports, and the front, which your tanks would be in, and you're just doing constant damage. And if they don't get you, you're going to be getting your ultimate all the time. You're going to be pressuring them all the time. It's going to be extremely difficult for them to even cap this point with Storm on this point. This is my favorite corner to hold as Storm, and it almost works all the time. I get so excited when I'm actually able to play Storm in this map because she just works so freaking well. I think it's really heavily reliant on their team comp where you should be playing as Storm, but usually these two corners would be beneficial to play at. On second point, there's actually a few corners and positions that I would like to talk about. So the first one being right under this little rock slash tree thingy, whatever this is. And playing here is actually really good. There's people going to be coming from up there behind. So you just have to be mindful. This will AoE the front line and your back line to keep your supports. You always just want to keep everybody in your AoE. You have to also be mindful about that. And when it comes to your positioning as Storm, the enemies will also be in your AoE here, and you can like kind of just shock them to be like, yo, back up. It's gonna force them to be pressured. That's like the most thing you want to do as Storm is pressure them. Your kit is really good for that. You can also play in this corner. It's also going to pressure them, and it's also kind of going to pressure the people coming here. This building will ultimately get destroyed, so you do have to be careful for people flanking here when it's not destroyed. And the AoE would cover, you know, up here and down here, also keeping everybody in your AoE. And right behind the end of this building, you can also hold this corner. Holding left corners is always going to be the best because this game, the way the third person is, you're like towards the left, so it's going to be a lot easier than when you're holding something on the right, as you can see. It's like a little more difficult because you're like kind of peeking a little more. It's a little better to hold left corners. This corner is really good to keep people pressured, and it'll also keep everybody in your AoE, the people in the back, the people up the front, and it also keeps people up there in the AoE, which is really good. The last spot I want to talk about is right over here, right under this tree, or even above here, and also back here. You kind of just have like a very versatile area here with Storm. You can kind of just like hide behind all these objects, especially in this last point. Also keep them really pressured if you play right behind this tree. You can play above here and you can damage boost your hit scan or whatever. It's really good. Or you can play above here, kind of go weave in and out. It will keep everybody in your AoE, and it will definitely pressure the enemy team. You also have to be mindful about the people coming in from the back, which can happen. Those annoying pesky Stylocks. Whoa, I didn't even know this was a thing in this map. This part of the map genuinely drives me crazy. Not just as like Storm, but like because everybody could just go like everywhere. They can flank in so many different spots. Obviously, the first corner that you'd like to hold is this one right over here. Again, starting with the left corners is always good. Keeps them pressured, keeps everybody in your AoE. This is a really good corner to hold. You can also play behind this rock when they start leaning towards like this little corner, but you do have to be careful about this room because they will catch you if they have a pesky freaking flanker, which always kills me. This point is really dangerous because flankers can kill you from any freaking direction. It's so annoying. You can also hold inside this room. It's just you have to be mindful about people who are in your AoE, and you also have to be real careful about this damn room because they will come and sneak attack you, especially Wolverines. Oh my god, don't even get me started on that. As for this little area, I'm honestly everywhere in this area. Mostly this left corner, you know, going in and out. This is when everybody's like, you know, racking up ults, using everything. So I'm mostly just like trying to get my ult and fighting with my team. This is a hectic area. So just make sure everybody's in your AoE. Don't get too aggressive and just play the tight corner, go in, out. You always just want to try to be safe and have everybody in your AoE pressure the enemy team. That's what you should be doing as Storm. All right, now we're moving on to attack positions for this map. They're honestly really good spots for attack. I think this is just for both sides, just a really good map for Storm. So I have a lot to talk about when it comes to attack. So as this payload gradually moves, you want to move with it and go towards this left corner right over here. You can swing, you can start swinging, you can start trying to get your ultimate here. Let's also give everybody AoE. Your tanks will be pressuring them. You can also just try moving with the payload here, and you can position yourself right behind this little rock. As it moves, you want to gradually just keep moving towards this left corner. Just keep moving towards the left here. You're going to keep moving towards the left, up this tree. Just play left, play left. You can also watch as flankers come. You can let people know if flankers are coming. Just keep playing this left right corner. You actually want to switch and go to the right position here. This is going to keep it so that your team is fully AoE'd, because playing this little corner is a little bit dangerous, because if you do need to go back because of flankers, they can flank you back here. It's going to be a little harder because their team's going to just fully blast you down. This is a little safer in this scenario to play on the right side of the corner, and gradually as the payload moves, you can go with them. Your team can also like really protect you if you really talk to your team. I think Storm's all about communication because she's a character that brings damage boost and speed. You just gotta talk with your team, with Storm, be like, yo, protect me, like heal me, look at me, and always just be with your team. Please don't go and do whatever you want to do. You can't do that with her. You're going to die. You just want to keep this right corner. You don't really want to play any left corners because that's all really dangerous. You just want to keep an eye out for this high ground. You can actually do a lot of damage if you just shock this high ground. You can force them back, pressure them. Yeah, that's what you want to be doing on this point for Storm. Yeah, you should be able to cap it. Just like in defense, you also want to hold right here in this rock. I think it's really good for attack as well because it keeps everybody in your AoE and keeps the tanks pressuring there. You don't ever want to be like the first one in like the front line because they're gonna take you out quick. You have to make sure your tank or your tanks are in the front and your supports are in your back so they can keep you healed, so the tanks can be the people taking the damage, not you. Go to this house and you can hold this right corner as the payload goes through all this area here. It's really good to keep everybody pressured, everybody in AoE. Ooh, it can get quite difficult in this little spot because it's not really anything you can hold, because they can kill you here if you hold here, and they can definitely kill you here. So I just kind of just float around, you know, don't make myself, you know, really easy to shoot, and I just like kind of float around in the middle of the team. I would use a little bit of this for cover here in this little area up until we reach this little corner, and I'd get here in this little right corner. So we'll have to watch out with the high ground in this part. You can also try holding this little left corner and kind of peek in the high ground, shocking them, pressuring them, possibly kill them. That could be super good as well. This little area, I also just like to keep this little left corner. I wouldn't keep any right corner there. This left corner is the best. You can, like, you know, watch the high ground as you AoE your team and pressure them. I think that's what you should be doing. For third point, this is where it gets a little wild because this is very open for attack. I kind of just like wing this area a little bit, maybe hide like, you know, with these corners, because you are really open to that spot over there and even people up here. So I kind of just wing it until the payload, you know, moves like towards over there where there's a little more cover. So I would play like in this corner. I'd go in, swing out while being mindful of the high ground. You just have to be really careful about that high ground. As we gradually go up, again with this little rock, you can also hold right here. That's a really good spot. You just have to watch out for flankers. You can also hold this right corner. The left one you can also hold. You just have to be extremely mindful about that damn high ground, because again, the high ground is really scary because flankers can just really grab you there real quick. This little left corner is really good. It will keep everybody in your E, pressure them. You can actually go right under here, and this will make it so that your team can be a little more, you know, pushy, because the AoE would, like, you know, increase and go further out into the team. And this is where, like, you know, we fight for like these old, you kind of just like fight. You want to keep switching sides, I guess. You also have to be mindful about this high ground. Flankers can come there and they can come from over here. This is when you want to just, like, you know, make ult plays, do all that. You don't ever want to like be like, oh my god, I'm gonna be in the back line and try to like kill somebody. No, you have to stay back here. As the payload goes over here, you can also hold this corner. This is really good because they can shoot your feet, but you just have to be mindful to this little corner. Can you kill? You just have to be really mindful. Alright, there you go. That should bring you some good wins on this map. This is my favorite map for Storm. I think it's so good, and I think you should definitely pick up Storm when you're in this map. Thank you for watching.